Today's topic is screening of recombinant. Now, when we talk about recombinant, that is recombinant DNA. DNA will recombine means we required two varieties of DNA and then we required different varieties of cells for these type of DNA. Now the cells, one cell will be used for isolating the vector and another will be used for isolation of gene of interest. The type of cells can be a microorganism, plants, animal cells. Now we isolate the DNA. We have isolated the gene of interest as well as the vector. Now, after isolation, there were modifications required. If there was modification required, then we have to modify, and then by using DNA ligase, we will ligate the vector with the recombinant. There were artificial gene synthesis is another technique to obtain the gene of interest. Now we have a cell from which we have isolated a DNA which was our gene of interest. Another cell from which we have isolated the vector. Uh, Simply talk about a plasmid vector. Now all those were in solution. One was a cell, then cell was treated with some of the procedures like cell wall disruptions, and then we have to separate the protein, RNA and DNA. Then out of these three they will form a layers, and out of these three we will take the portion of the liquid which is having the DNA. Then to it we will add restriction endonuclease for making it cleaved. Now once it is cleaved, then at the same time we will also isolate the vector. Let's suppose the plasmid. So there are different procedures to isolate plasmid from a cell. Again we will get a liquid in which there was plasmid present, and then in that liquid we will add the restriction endonuclease so that it will digest it. Then we have two liquids, one with our gene of interest and one with our vector, that is the in open vector. Oh, why I am saying it's open? Because it has been treated with restriction endonuclease. Then we use the enzyme ligase. Now what ligase do? We mix the content of both the vials and add the enzyme ligase. Now ligase has a property to form a phosphodiester bond. If there is compatibility, then it will the nitrogenous bases will attach and the last phosphodiester bond will be created by ligase. Now after this step there are three possibilities. One, first and the first priority is, or first possibility is, the gene of interest self ligate. If suppose the gene of interest has been restricted with EcoR1, so both the ends are having the same sticky ends, so it can self ligate. At the same time, vector, which is a plasmid, it can also be easily digested with EcoR1, so it can also get self ligate. And what we want a recombination. We want a combination of the plasmid with the gene of interest. So if you look at the colors, yellow color was of gene of interest, green is for the plasmid. So what we want a combination of yellow and green. That is the recombinant one. And all these DNA has to be introduced into a cell by a process known as transformation. All cells do not receive or can't act as a recipient. There are some compatible cells. Only those cells absorbs the or accept the foreign DNA. And out of these three, we have to screen which cell is having this recombinant DNA. So what we have this three varieties. Now when we talk about these three varieties and specific about the plasmid, plasmid has a unique property known as insertional inactivation, and plasmid has antibiotic markers. What these antibiotic markers are? They code for a resistance against specific type of antibiotic. Now, if suppose the upper portion or upper half of the green is for ampicillin and the lower half has a site for tetracycline. So, if the upper half is intact, then it will have a resistance against ampicillin, and if the lower half of the plasmid is intact, then it will have a resistance against tetracycline. So these two are the antibiotic marker which we suppose to be present in this type of plasmid. We have three combinations of cell. One is fully yellow, that is the gene of interest which has been self-ligated. Second is the combination. Now if you look it very specifically, you will find that the gene of interest has ligated to the vector only to the upper half. It means that now ampicillin portion of the plasmid has been replaced by the gene of interest. Now what does this make? This recombinant will now be sensitive towards ampicillin because it has the upper part which is damaged or which has replaced, or we can say actually it is not replaced, it has been due to insertional inactivation, ampicillin has been inactivated. So if this recombinant will not show the resistance against ampicillin. And the last, which is the plasmid, it has the if it is self ligated, then both the markers have been activated. Now we add these the 3 DNA to the cells and then we do the experiment of transformation. Now what do we get? We do the screening by taking the media in a petri plate with the antibiotic markers. We take three varieties of plates. First is with ampicillin and tetracycline, second is with ampicillin, and third is with tetracycline. This first is a combination of both the antibiotic, second is only one type of antibiotic, and third is also another type of antibiotic. Now after transformation we will get the cells, and these cells will be grown in a master plate, and all that master plate will be replicated in those three. So we will do replica plating and we will take the impression from the master plate and put it on these three. So what will happen? Now out of these three, we know that there is only chances of these three varieties of cells. One will have the only the plasmid, one will have the recombinant, another will have the self-ligated gene of interest. Now if suppose, but the master plate will have all the varieties of colonies. So if the plasmid, only self-ligated plasmid has been transformed, then that colony will appear on all the plates because that plasmid has ampicillin as well as tetracycline resistance property, and in all these three it can survive. So the cells, or which are the colony, not the cells, they are the colonies which is appearing on all these three and also present in the master plate, resembles the colonies of cells which is having only the plasmid. Now the second case where there is self-ligated gene of interest, it does not have any of the resistance against antibiotic. So the cells will be, so the colonies won't appear on any of the plates because they do not have resistance. So the cells, if we compare it with master plate, the cells which are seen in the master plate but absent in that same locus in all these three plates will be of the gene of interest. Now the combination of cells, or the recombinant cells will only grow in tetracycline. Why it is so? Because in the recombinant, ampicillin has been inactivated, only active is tetracycline. In the first plate it has ampicillin and tetracycline both, so it cannot survive. Second place it has ampicillin, so it cannot survive. The third plate it has tetracycline, so in this it can survive. So if we do the screening of the cells, we will find that recombinant cells only survive in this experiment in the tetracycline plate. Thank you.